Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of my bucket list day. So for those of you that are new, my name is Jeff, and I run around and do some bucket list items, and I also from time to time will pick some of you to join me in some bucket list items. Basically, I'll meet you, you tell me what your bucket list item is, and we'll go do it. Go to my website, mybucketlistday.com. I'll leave a link below here, and there's also a QR code for those of you who want to join there on your TV. Just scan that. So today's episode, we're going to talk about humility. Yep, I tried to do something that I used to do all the time, and realized while I have the skill set, I lack a little bit of physical ability than I used to not too long ago. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and watch this intro, and we'll be right back. Okay, so you're probably wondering what the heck is it that I did that was basically not only made me or gave me a little humility, but also kind of slapped me in the face of reality. And I'm sure you guys can relate, or some of you at least can relate to this. So what I decided to do is get together with a bunch of my buddies, and we went on what was called the Santos Epic 50. This is a 50-mile bike ride through the woods in the Ocala National Forest. When I say through the woods, it's not on a bike path. This is off-roading, mountain biking through the woods, over rocks, roots, all sorts of things like that. And it's 50 miles. And I thought, well, no problem, I can do 50 miles. Well, I was humbled again, as I mentioned. I didn't exactly go that far. I went about 28 miles. I basically turned around at one of the sags and just headed back. And while my buddies, they all made it, I'm very proud of them. They all made the 50 miles. They did the whole thing and got their little medallion. Tells the world they made the 50 miles. All right, so to the ride. The ride, it was a lot of fun. You're gonna see in a few spots here, I was really huffing and puffing making it up some of these hills. The guys who did the full 50 miles, they were out riding for about 5 hours, I would say. I was riding for about 3, and then after that I had enough. So 5 hours on a bike, that's a long time to be on the saddle bouncing around. But again, I was only about 3 hours. Okay, a little bit about the race. As I said, it's 50 miles, went all the way through Ocala National Park. It was basically kind of an out and back. It kind of took the same route back. There were some difficult parts, and as I mentioned, you will see I'm huffing and puffing going up some of these hills. If any of you are familiar with Central Florida, actually north, the Ocala area, it's very hilly there, which Florida's normally flat, but not in that area. You'll see up and downs quite a bit. And during this race, they had different sag stops, and they would basically have drinks, water, snacks, food, all that kind of stuff to keep you hydrated and get you some protein and stuff like that on that ride. So that was really well organized. And I gotta say, they were a welcome respite each time I got to the spot, to the rest area. And there's about every 6 to 8 miles was a rest stop. So that was very nice. So sit back, relax, watch this ride, and you're gonna laugh at a few areas where you hear me huffing and puffing. And a couple times where I almost hit a tree. You'll see a couple trees here are really close together that I went through. Full disclosure, I wasn't recording at the time, but I did come down a little hill here, had a sharp turn at the bottom of the hill, and right at the bottom of that, after that turn, there's 2 trees like this. I caught the left one. Boom! And my shoulder was bruised for quite a while after that. But I didn't wipe out. That was my only incident. So I consider myself lucky based on my age and the fact that was kind of a difficult ride for me. For those guys, they were at the end of the 50 miles when they got back, they were really tired that evening. And so obviously I'm not going to show you the whole 3 hours I was riding. I just took a few highlights to give you an idea what the trail was like, so you could see a little bit. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll be right back. About to do the Santos, what is it called? The Fat Tire Festival in the Santos FAT Tire Festival, I believe it's called. And we're excited. It's 50 miles through the woods, mountain biking, off-roading. There's several of us here that are going, and we're about 10 minutes out from departure. So we'll meet the crew here in a bit. Oh, there's one of them. That's Brian. There's Tony. Wave hello. And that wraps up the rest of the crew. So not sure. I'm sure these guys will do the full 50.
We'll see.
And
he will.
He might.
He will.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide.
Get closer.
We were kids so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. Hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, feel the wind and watch the river run, and the sun would always shine. When we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just leave it all behind. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
So when I pedal through a corner, I'm dragging the pedal every time. Yeah.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide. We were kids so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. heart, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our hearts to turn to memory. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, feel the wind, watch the river roll, and the sun would always shine. When we sat there, you and I, the river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up this whole time. Just leave it all behind. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
Okay, so what'd you think of that ride? It was beautiful, wasn't it? I have to say, as much as I got tired on that whole thing, it did wipe me out. It was beautiful. That 20, like I said, 26, 28 miles, something like that, I went. Don't know exactly, so sorry about that. But I was exhausted, I gotta admit. And that's where the humbling experience slapped me in the face when I was basically halfway out there. I used to do a lot of mountain biking, and this would have been no problem for me a few years back. And I used to have a regular old mountain bike, and I had the strength and the energy. I could pick that bike up, kick it around, throw the back end, throw the front end, bring it around, do whatever I needed to do to jump up and over obstacles. On my new e-bike, the Aventon e-bike, quite a bit heavier. While everybody out there is pretty much on e-bikes these days, even the hardcore mountain bikers, they had the e-bike, which are the e-assist. They were all using those. There were a few that had no e-bikes, but most everybody did. Now, my humbling experience was the fact that I didn't have the strength to kick the back end of that e-bike around. It's, as I mentioned, it's 78, 80 pounds, something like that. And while I could do that once or twice in the beginning, it got too heavy to just do. And pull that front end up to go over a rock and stuff like that, it proved to be a little difficult for me. So basically I'm having to accept the fact that I'm a little older and quite a bit out of shape in compared to what I used to when I used to do these races all the time. However, I still, in my mind, think I'm 29 and I can do this stuff easy. Body says, no, ain't gonna happen, buddy. You're done. While there are a couple folks, not many, a couple folks my age, most everybody else was in the 30s and 40s, and they were running circles around me. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. I'll still do it again next year. In fact, we're all planning to get together next year to do it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to try to get in a little better shape and see if I can do the whole 50 next year. So wish me luck on that one. So after the race, while I was waiting for my buddies to get back, obviously I got back ahead of them, I decided to take a tour around the grounds of the whole festival. And as you see, as I started riding around through here, you see pretty much every brand mountain bike represented out here. And you see all the bikes here, they are all set up that if you wanted to demonstrate the bike or ride the bike and test it out, they'd set it up for you and you could grab it and just go ride it. Cost you nothing, just leave your driver's license so you come back and get your driver's license back. But it was a really great opportunity if you were in the market for a mountain bike to just go ahead and test all the different manufacturers out there one at a time. And there was a lot of people taking part in that. In fact, there's a couple people that tried them out for the race. So, and the manufacturers didn't care. That's why they were there. They were like, get on the bike, take it out, use it, abuse it, and see what you think. See if you like the bike. In addition to that, you see that there was a little area here. There was food trucks and things like that, so you get food and refreshments and stuff. And then there's a vendor area, and the vendor area was all the little trinkets, bike accessories, clothing, bike pants or shorts and shirts and things of that nature. It's all sorts of great things there. So to wrap things up, that was a great time. We all had a lot of fun. I kind of regret I didn't record the evening after we were all talking our war stories about what happened on the trail. I can tell you I made some a big dinner for everybody. I boiled up some brats and beer and then served it with some sauerkraut and onions and some spicy mustard, and it was a great evening. So I'd like to remind all of you to go ahead and hit that little like, subscribe, and ring that little bell to remind you when I'm putting out another video. And thanks for tuning in. Make it a great bucket list day. Goodbye.